I know it's weird we're not live after They Live. But, yeah, people seeing this is a new setup we discovered after doing our They Live video, and I found out through the magic of technology and StreamYard and experimenting that we can watch something live together and show people live, footage, and it's so much easier.
With the magic of the interweb, we
I'm
bring
telling you.
you
I tell people I am kinda
Banshee.
I'm kinda tech savvy, it just takes a long time to, like everything is out there, it's just a matter of sitting down and learning this shit. So, we are watching
Yes.
Banshee episode 3, this is our 2nd time watching it together, but a new format, and as you said before we press play, so by far, for the 1st season, maybe the whole series, your favorite episode.
My favorite episode, hands down. Meet the new
Yeah,
boss.
and good old Glenn McGregor. I mean, I'm kinda hungover for last
Oh,
this stuff is good.
oh, that Clan McGregor, she'll get you like a
Um,
she'll keep you
and
warm
my drinker cup
like a
too,
sheep on a cold night.
and,
Oh, that's nice.
plus it's, I'm kind of a little bit hungover last night from doing a stream with Enzo, but the best way to cure a hangover is more alcohol. So
That is the best thing to cure everything, really,
yes,
if we're being honest.
yeah. So that and
If we're
Dr.
being,
Pepper. All right, yeah.
yeah.
So you're gonna see me, my friend, and as soon as you're ready to
You
press
say when.
play, and I'll put it right there. So sorry, center stage.
You say when.
So right here, you can see it, and 3, 2, 1, go. All right,
Go.
and let me kill this. So if you everybody watch They Live, watch like They Live, I'm gonna be doing sometimes 5 or 6 second clips. That way, copyright infringement and shit like that, and the stuff isn't taken down. So
Okay. Yeah, we'll pop it in. Try to stay within the fair use policy.
exactly. So okay, episode starts off with Anna, or I kept calling her Carrie in episode 1.
Well, she's Anna, and she's in full Anna mode right here, using the
Yes.
garrote wire to take out a sentry on top of the what we assume is the bad guy's John Wick type building.
Oh yeah.
She moves like a panther. She
Yes.
she gets in and out, you know what I mean? And then as I said before, it's a Russian bad guy because he's sitting by himself with a chessboard in front of himself,
Oh
just
yeah.
playing chess
The
by
bad guy
himself.
playing chess. There we go.
Bad guy playing chess.
Yep. I like the flow, so people can see what we're talking about as we're talking about it. And this is the character, the infamous Bunny. So
Rabbit. Rabbit. Not bunny.
also, good news, since we're talking right here, Mayor of Kingstown season 3. Dude,
Mayor of Kingstown season 3. Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing a rewatch on that bitch.
oh, definitely.
Hopefully, it let's be honest. I'm not going to go off on a tangent while we're watching a whole nother awesome show, but it did go off the rails. So, and near the end, I think we all agreed on that. I don't know if that was due to Renner's injury or what, but
Yeah.
so now we got Anastasia has what we're now starting to realize is her father,
Fazia.
her Faja. They are Ukrainian. We found out.
Yes.
They are the Ukrainian mafia,
I mean,
and
you always assume that they're Russian because Russians are always bad guys.
yeah,
Oh, look, she found his pillow gun. Hey,
because of course she did.
yep. So,
All right, I'm gonna let you narrate for a second. I got to take a quick call.
okay. So, of course, I have the captions on too because I love captions. But yeah, so she's talking to good old dad right here. He's like, "You look good, healthy." Mm. He's like, "Pale though." Huh. I think maybe you live on the East Coast. So he's kind of um right now, it's essentially because after episode 1, we understand the fact that Lucas Hood was gone away for 15 years. So 15 years, Bunny here, Rabbit, he hasn't seen his daughter in 15 fucking years. So he knew she was out there, but didn't know where his daughter was. And this was a guy that apparently was the reason behind the diamonds right here. And as we stated since
Wow.
episode 1 with We're Toxic here, she lied to Lucas Hood, saying that all the diamonds, yeah, I tried to get rid of them, I couldn't. And Lucas didn't believe her, nor did Wes, because she's a woman. So right now, Rabbit's asking her, "What do you want in exchange for the diamonds? Take the diamonds back, bro." And she's like, "Just let me go." And he's like, "Oh, he found you faster than I thought. He did in 1 week what I failed to do in 15 years." Yeah, he's like true love. And She said, "Just take the diamonds and consider me dead." But he's like, "You don't give me half of what I want." The bad
I
guy.
want
He
him.
wants him. He wants Hood, which is kind of strange because considering, Hood's been in jail for the past 15 years. I'm sure a guy with the resources as Rabbit, why didn't he take him out in jail if he wanted him so bad? But I guess we'll find out more as we watch. But of course, it's weird too. Right now she's got the gun on Rabbit, and she's got him handcuffed to the bed. Not hard to pull the fucking trigger, but
No, she could have killed him now at any time, and
yeah.
instead she injects him
Oh,
with barbitol or something like that.
clever girl, Ukrainian.
Clever girl, he says in
Now,
Ukrainian.
I was saying when you're away that, he says that you only gave me half what I want. I want him. So if you wanted Hood, I mean, the whole time he was in prison,
Yeah.
he could have taken him out in prison, but I guess he was waiting for Hood to get out because he knew Hood was going to find her, and that's going to lead him
Hmm.
to his daughter.
Hmm.
Because he said,
Well, I guess now. Well, maybe I should save it for a later episode. But I have a huge flaw in the logic here.
mm,
But I'll save that for another episode
"Gotta show
when
it
we do
again."
more of a
Uh,
prison deep dive.
42. Oh, look,
Yeah,
there's a black and white
42.
picture.
Yeah, so we've tried to figure out what the lock means. Does 42 mean
Yeah,
his age? Because it's like 42, 15, which 15 might represent the amount of years he did. 'Cause that was 15 right there. So that
yep,
okay, I can
exactly.
buy that. And then the last number, what is the last number?
Find out in a second.
Um,
I can show it. Damn it. I catch it.
it's all right. You're doing fine. You're
Uh,
doing fine. What do
um,
you think of these opening credits too, by the way, Blue Collar? You like these?
oh,
You like this opening?
well, definitely. Like I said, I miss the days of openings. I like openings, like theme music and stuff. And
Uh-huh.
something small I noticed that will play into a part later on is they showed the last number was 68.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know what to make of that.
but the first picture they show, it was black and white, and it was a prison yard, and they showed this big muscular albino guy.
They did show that,
Mm.
yes.
So I'm sorry. I'm gonna
That will be
when when
important later.
when we watch episode 4, I'm gonna know. I want to see if that's the same picture or they're pulling a Game of Thrones where the pictures are telling the story about what's upcoming for the episode.
Hmm.
So, and we have
Where are we at? Where are we at here?
in friggin' Kai's Casino.
Is it Kai's Casino or is it the Indian Casino?
Y- Well, yeah, I guess we'll be in his casino. I'm just used to fucking Kai running everything. That's why I
Yeah,
could
I
pick
mean,
his pass.
I'm sure he has a hand in it. I have
Yeah,
no doubt, but
yeah,
I don't think it's like his casino
yeah. Good
per
point.
se.
I forgot Kai's. Yeah, he says it's our casino. He's just the middleman. Okay, and still, Kai's like I'm more than the middleman. So Mr. Sanchez, Kai Proctor, Benjamin Longshadow, his tribe runs it. Okay, honored to have you, the father and son.
Mm.
Oh yeah. So, and I made the mistake that because I'm used to casinos and the way things are that I thought that this Sanchez guy is a boxer.
Yeah, I remember that. I'm glad we got a chance to redo this so we could come off a little better.
Mm,
But yeah, it's definitely a situation where it's an MMA fight, and this is set in 2012 or 13, I believe.
yeah,
So MMA still not quite the height of its popularity yet. I'm wanting to say. I
yeah,
mean, it's definitely up there, but I mean, what you got here is you got this kind of small Pennsylvania town putting on for what is in this universe anyway
yep,
the number one MMA fighter.
yeah. And
So
they're
that's kind of
setting
a
up the
big deal.
octagon. Yep. So, and like the elder chief there tells his son, he's like, "You don't approve." He's like, "The hell tell the revenue it will earn should be for our people. We shouldn't be including a man like Proctor." But the old man's like, "Hey, Proctor, guys like him get things done."
That they do.
And it's definitely it happens different. it's funny. It's like the son. Usually the younger generation they want the new progress, and the old people want the old ways. This is opposite. The son wants tradition, and the friggin' dad's like, no, we need guys like Proctor. And right
Mm.
here, that is what you call technically chin ups. Those are not pull ups. I know because in prison I did the same thing. Yeah, but boy, like we said before, look at the shape of mm, the shape of Anthony
An-
Starr.
Anthony Starr, the
Yeah.
man from New Zealand.
Oh, hey, look, there's a big albino guy, with a lot of muscle.
Yeah, I wonder if that's going to be important later.
Yeah, and look, he's got a switchblade. Ooh, and yeah, he's sticking it into his back, and almost like, maybe now we know where that scar came from. Yeah. So good old Kai's giving Sanchez. He's giving him a trailer. He's like, hey, you want a hotel? Be quicker. And Sanchez, like most people do, I like my trailer. You know.
I mean, to be fair, I would too.
Yeah. And
I would
let's
like
see,
that as well. That's a nice little
Kai's
stack of cash right there.
Kai's little glasses guy there. He gave him a little satchel of some money. I would show this, but I can't. So, and they're playing Amazing Grace in the background. And look, good Sanchez came into a present. It's all gift wrap for him.
Yeah, I like the fact that they got a hot chick with a nice body, but she kind of has that dead look stripper face, so that you know they got her from one of Kai Proctor's strip clubs.
Yeah. So we have a funeral scene, and this young woman is singing Amazing Grace, and
Yeah, we
hmm,
figured out last time that this was the senator's son. Yeah.
yeah. So right here, boy, everyone's look. She's all crying. Somebody died, and who died? And we're like, at first, it was the previous episode, her boyfriend, which was the senator's son, that overdosed.
Yep. Now, did he overdose or did he just get bad shit? I think he got I think they had a bad batch of alcohol or a bad not
Yeah,
alcohol. So of course
yeah.
alcohol. That's what I think of. No, he had a bad batch of the ecstasy, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. What's meant by overdose? I assumed it's
Oh,
OD and
okay.
bad shit, but yeah. But
Yeah.
good point. Wait, well, technically speaking, if you take a small amount of something and it still kills you, even though it's bad, is that considered an overdose? You know,
I don't know. I don't
Look,
know. I've never
I'll look
done
that up
drugs.
sometime. God,
I don't really know that much about drugs. People are surprised at
yeah,
my ignorance, but
yeah, of
I went in
course,
for violence, stealing, and guns. I
yeah.
don't know shit about drugs.
So Lucas here talking to his ex-wife's husband and his daughter, but
Yeah, that's got to be painful to look at. The
mhm,
woman that he lost, and then her new family, and then this
oh,
douchebag who isn't actually a douchebag. He's actually a pretty cool guy,
yeah,
actually. But this guy like hugging on his daughter and then trying to
yeah,
like buddy up to him.
yeah. But what does Gordon do? Gordon invites the sheriff. He invites the sheriff over to the house tonight for some burgers,
Because
and
why would yeah, because why
yeah,
wouldn't he?
yeah,
From Gordon, the assistant district attorney, from his perspective,
yeah,
it's it's a cool guy,
yeah.
that saved his daughter. By the way, I'm on a break right
Okay,
now.
all right. So I will pause it right now. Let's see, and we'll see what happens. So as you're saying,
Speaking of hot Soviet bloc women, it's an AT&T commercial with
oh god,
Miliana Vantrub.
oh god.
Well worth it. I can't be mad at her. I can't be mad at her.
Oh, like you're saying, people look at this at Hood knows what's going on, and so doesn't his ex-girlfriend because he never got married. But from the husband's standpoint, hey, this is the new sheriff. I'm trying to break bread,
Right.
get to know the new guy, and of course,
Well,
so
it's sort of a situation where nobody has all the information
hmm,
because you have Hood. Excuse me, because you have Hood doesn't 100% know that's his daughter, but he suspects. All right, now I'm back to the barbecue,
okay,
and he's saying medium rare, thanks.
okay, I'm about a couple seconds ahead, so I'll tell you where I'm going to pause it at. Let's see.
You don't need to see his gun.
Yep, I
Hey,
paused it
hon, why don't you grab the sheriff another beer?
when she fixes her shirt. I'll unpause it. Tell me when.
Okay.
So Anna needs to get her shirt fixed because she was training recently. Once
Hmm.
you get there, I'm presuming that's
I'm
like
here. Yeah, I'm
okay.
good. I'm
All right.
and So Dav,
That's where I'm at right
how do you
now.
say her name? Deva. So Deva, how are you doing?
Yeah,
Is where I'm at. Now you're like a
okay,
second or two behind me, give or
yeah.
take.
I forget it'll catch up next commercial break. So yeah, I mean, well, just we get the impression because we've seen the training that Anna's been going through that she might ever well plus after what she did with Rabbit too.
I like the laid back slouch that Hood is doing here.
Yeah,
Anthony Starr is like, he's kind of like, I'm trying to be cool with you people because that's
yeah,
what a sheriff would do, but at the same time, I don't really give a fuck, and it's just like,
yeah. Like I
and
was
now
saying, whatever this
we're
kid
dealing.
I don't
Go
know,
ahead.
whatever this kid has, I don't know. I keep this. He's wearing this like whatever oxygen mask and there's a machine and he's got a condition, but most kids don't have a whole face mask thing with a machine built
No,
in somewhere. Like it's like I could look up what his ailment is, but I want to unveil it as the show progresses.
you know,
So of course, yeah, let's a kid touch his gun. Why not?
because why not?
And again, it's like about Hood. Hood may have been a thief and may not be the best person, but he's not a scumbag. He's good with kids.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah,
now they've given away a little bit of a plot point that the guy that plays the henchman in like three other things wound up dying last episode because he allowed um, the drugs to get through and kill a senator's son, and so Kai Proctor. So now they're talking about like who they had as a witness, but he's gone, and I think it's a pretty safe conclusion. Everyone understands that he's not coming back.
yeah,
So
yeah. And like you're saying, they mentioned they called them the skulls. The skulls was the e pills that Kai Proctor was manufacturing.
I mean, if that isn't foreboding, I don't know what is.
Yeah, huh. He tells Anna when it lasts. Shut up. So yeah, like you said, she has marks on her knuckles, like she was
Hmm.
recently
Yeah, she
into a
does.
fight. Hmm. And as you said, characters, especially Hood, are very, very observant. So
Yes, well, I mean, that's his training is to be observant, and
yeah,
plus, you factor in the that he knows her so well. So,
yeah,
and of course, she doesn't want to disclose to him. We got everybody keeping secrets here.
yeah,
She doesn't want to disclose to him that the reason why her hand is fucked up is not because of training, but actually because she did that infiltration onto
yeah.
Rabbit's compound.
He's like, it's me, and she's like, you're different. Used to be kind. Yep, you get locked up 10 years. Come on.
Yeah, 15 years ain't no joke. That's more than me and you combined.
Yeah, like the angry. He's like, you have no fucking idea. And as we said, Anthony Starr, man, damn, just the look and just like I like it's half anger, it's half hurt, and you and me have both been there, man. And it's like, yeah, you try to get locked up for 15 fucking years, and
Yeah, I haven't even had anybody ride with me for 3.
yeah,
I didn't even have anybody ride with me for a year.
teach you one thing about people, man. I've known people that some people can't fucking do like 5 hours in county jail, or like
Right.
after one day, one guy in county jail was talking about whatever unaliving himself. I'm like, dude, you've been here 12 hours.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah,
12
exactly.
fucking hours, and like kids having a fucking nervous breakdown. He was 20 years old, but like, yo, you shouldn't have fucking beat that llama to death. Like this kid actually beat a llama to death. Like, what do you think was gonna
That's
happen?
atrocious.
It's what do you think was
Well,
gonna happen, bro?
I'll tell you what. Take a quick shot. If there's anything that could cheer me up, it is just walked into the bar right now.
I'll,
Oh God,
I'll cut
that would just
I'm gonna cut this out
that would
before.
brighten my day up
Yeah,
immediately.
because we know
What's
it's
her
not.
name? What's her name on the show? It's Rebecca on the show. I think it's
Yes.
Lily Simmons in real life.
Mm,
Man, that I do
yeah.
not usually go for skinny chicks, but she is smoking hot.
Yeah. Rebecca. That's why I know
Rebecca.
I show a quick 4 seconds over because I know what's about to come up next.
I mean, there's no nudity in this except for his butt, which I think is
Oh,
okay.
you know what? With my luck, who knows, dude?
All right.
Yeah, you never know with
Well,
YouTube.
for anyone who's not watching along with
There we
us,
go.
oh, there you go. Okay, yeah, Hood took her down to the beer cooler and railed her up against the wall.
Yeah. I swear, if I get nailed for a 1 second booty shot, I'd be so fucking pissed at YouTube. Like, come on, guys. It's.
Mm.
But it's
I love the fact that she just walks up the stairs with man sauce pants, but somehow she leaves him hanging where he's just standing there totally Porky Pig in it with his clothes around his ankles.
the term Porky Pig in it.
Yeah, short and no bottom, shirt and no bottoms.
God, it's just not something I don't know people that usually say Porky Pig in it. And that it makes total sense though.
Well, I have just added to your vernacular. There you
Oh yeah.
go.
So she has
Oh, Uncle Kai, Unc is here to take me home,
her uncle the Kai.
and he seems not too pleased that she is drinking and whoring it up at the local establishment.
Yeah. Like,
Boy,
uncle, I just
she knows. I also said this at the last reiteration of what we did. Is she knows exactly how to play this. She knows
yeah.
exactly how to play him. You know.
Like, so that's his question. Is don't you think you're a little too old for this rebel streak of yours?
I think it's more not only that he's just attracted to her, and then not only because he loves her and wants to protect her because she's his kin. I think
Yeah.
he sees a bit of himself in her. He sees this was kind of himself maybe 20, 25 years ago,
Mm,
whatever, where she, she's bigger than, I mean, she may love the Amish community, and I have no doubt that she does, but,
yeah.
she's bigger than that. He was bigger than that. He wanted bigger things, he wanted more of the world,
Yeah.
you know? So, um, I also like the fact of the casting here. I like that they picked these two actors because they're believable as Dutch Pennsylvania Amish.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They have that kind of exotic, Slavic almost kind of look. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of plausible. I mean, I've not done a deep dive in both of their histories. I think his is probably a little closer to it than hers, but hers isn't much different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she looks just equally as comfortable in a slut dress as she
Mm,
does in a Amish, outfit. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
And that's what I said before about the whole shunning thing. He's like, my mother lives 20 miles away. I haven't spoke to my mother in 20 years. My father won't even look at me. He says, because that's his niece. Your mother, your sisters, like they won't acknowledge I'm even alive. And of course, she's like, well, that's called being shunned. And he goes off in her in the Pennsylvanian Dutch. So it's weird. It's like he understands their religion, but he's still upset about it. But like we've seen in episode one, using that slang term of Dutchy, he gets pissed off about that.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
He gives her the observation that she seems to be the only person that's not
Yeah,
afraid of him.
yeah,
Um, whether that's true or not, I don't know. She certainly speaks to him in a manner that he's not accustomed to being
yeah.
spoken to. I'm on a ad break,
Okay.
Metro.
All right. So
So
I'll pause it in a second. Because okay, right now I pause it where it says casino. So
okay.
give it
Where
a
it
good look.
says casino? Okay, I
Yeah.
guess I'll figure it out.
I'll show you in a sec because like I said with when we're doing stuff, every minute or so I'll throw in a couple 4 seconds every minute, and it seems to be quick. I mean, this is being recorded previously, but based on how They Live came out, nobody seemed to care. So
All right.
yeah, so right here we're at casino and stuff, and we'll see where
Okay.
the ad.
I'll tell you when we hit to
Yeah,
that scene.
but
Okay.
yeah, and and it's always a misconception where because she's telling Kai that you have everything you want. You have money, you have power. It's like you don't want anything. You're free. You don't have to live this sheltered, horrible life that I have to. And he's telling her about losing his whole family. Like you don't understand how alone I am.
Yeah.
And
Heavy lies the crown, so to speak.
yeah,
Casino.
okay,
Casino.
cool. All right, so go right here and unpause it now. All right, so and yeah, that's
So we
his.
got Hood coming into the
That's
casino
yeah,
behind a few United States
yeah.
Marines.
Let's be honest, that's the best kind of military.
Ah, that's adorable. That's adorable.
And I was like a friend of mine, my friend Ryan did 3 tours, and he's shit, I forgot which branch of the army and stuff. I bust his balls. I'm like, so what about the Marines? He goes, fuck the Marines, man.
Yeah, fuck the Marines.
I was like, "Those guys are all brothers." He's like, well, we bust each other's balls, but yeah." So yeah,
Well, they're more like our little sisters.
so here's the sheriff and Kai. there's the guy with the bow tie and glasses just staring,
Always staring right at Hood as if Hood is a potential threat,
and he is.
and he is.
But yeah, so
So now we got Sanchez, the MMA fighter. He's sort of playing to the crowd, you know. Um,
hoorah,
got his sparring partner in there, and he's just decimating him.
yeah,
And they've somehow pulled Sugar out of retirement, the bartender slash Alfred
yep,
to
mm,
Hood's Batman,
yep,
and he's going to be refereeing the fight on
yeah.
fight night.
Of course, because if Kai asks a favor from Sugar, you don't turn down the Kai.
Correct. So we got a couple of different things happening here. We've got Sanchez, the MMA fighter, showboating to the crowd,
Yep,
ripping apart his sparring partner, and that's juxtaposed against Hood having a little bit of a tete-a-tete against
mm,
Kai Proctor, saying that the previous episode's drugs that he found
yeah,
may or may not have come from his facility, and does he recognize him?
yep, yeah. So it's one of the things where Hood's like, he's like, "Are you asking me, Sheriff, or accusing me?" And Hood's like, "I know it's you. I can't prove it, dude, but I know it's you.
Yeah,
Not much you can do
and
about it."
now we still have we have Proctor doesn't still have a good read on Hood. So we got Sanchez with his favorite line, "You gotta watch me, you gotta
Yep,
watch me." That's going to be important later. Remember that one.
yep.
And so he's asking for volunteers from the crowd,
Oh,
and all the Marines are, of course, volunteering. And instead, Sanchez decides to be a dick and ask Hood, "Hey, you want to jump in?" And
go
we see
five
Hood
zero.
getting a little bit of flashback
Yeah,
from some previous prison fight that's in black and
little,
white,
little PTSD there.
where he obviously lost.
Yep. Hmm. They're all booing. He's like, "Nah, nah." So I'd be scared of me too. Uh, he's like, he don't want none of this. Now, of course, if one of the Marines stepped in, the Marines probably get their ass kicked too. You
Of
know,
course.
it's the Marines.
I mean, maybe if there was some crayons on the line, they could be fighting for
And
that
look,
might change.
he's inviting Chloe here. Want some champagne? Sure. Yeah. He's like, bring it to my trailer. And hey, this is nothing new. This is it's celebrities, whether it's athletes or rock stars or movie stars. They get what they
For
want.
sure.
They see what they want. They get what they want.
Exactly.
So he wants a party tonight with this girl, and Sanchez gets what he wants. They're about to party, all right.
Yep.
Yeah,
A lot of intercut scenes of what's happening, what has happened, what will happen, all kind of cut together.
yeah,
And then now we've got interspace with um, Anna holding a weapon over Hood. I
yeah,
think it's his own weapon. I think she's got his pistol,
yep,
and
and
she's giving him the diamonds to say, "Hey,
yep,
haul ass,
yeah,
get out of here." Is that his gun? I can't tell. It doesn't look like a Glock from
mm,
here, so it's hard to tell.
yeah. So he's looking at the diamonds, thinking, as you said in episode one, he knew from the start she was bullshitting.
Yeah, she didn't get rolled. She had him the whole time
Yep.
as insurance.
And she said they're
And
all there, so she kept on to all them diamonds for 15 fucking years.
yeah, she didn't need it. She had a sugar daddy with the assistant district attorney, right?
Yeah, good point. So she's like, take it, you deserve it.
And
Yeah,
she's not being unreasonable. She's not being unreasonable here. Here's the diamonds. I don't even want to cut. You can take them all.
yep,
Go someplace, start over. You deserve it after everything you've been through. And of
yeah,
course, Hood's not happy with that. He wants
yeah,
her as well. Kind of the flip side to Rabbit saying, "I don't just want the diamonds, I want Hood." And
mm,
Hood saying, "I don't just want the diamonds, I want you."
yeah. And very fast. How quick does he jump up and just turn the tables? Just showing that it's she's been training. She's like you said, she's a panther, but she's not.
She's not at home. She's not at Homelander level, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's what we say. It's like there's the takedowns and stuff, they're fantastic, but in terms of, like, the physicality, if he pins her down, she's not getting him off. He's physically more dominant, and I can't show this right now, but we're seeing boobies.
Yeah, boobies. You guys are missing out.
Yep. So, I forgot the term, you know it, but, he offers her a bump.
Yeah, so Sanchez intercut between while they are having sex and right before they have sex.
Mm,
And Sanchez offers her, well, he says a bump,
yeah.
and he's not going to give her a bump of the cocaine. He's going to give her what's called a boomer, which is when
Mm,
you take the drugs and you
mm,
put it inside the woman's vagina or her butthole.
yeah.
So
And we see this, she's on top, she's riding pretty good, but he's like, he's demanding a lot more action. Now he's getting upset, so he wants it more intense, and she's doing what she can to keep up to his
I
demands.
mean, is it that he just wants it more intense, or does he want to initiate, get himself riled up so he can kick the shit out of her? Because that's how he
Oh,
gets
yeah.
off.
So of course, and he grabs her, he starts, being more aggressive, we'll say, and basically she's like, "Hey, you're hurting me," and then he slaps her. After that, was it he tries taking care of business from behind, then was it damn, punches her, decks her right in the back of the head, turns her around, choking her and stuff, and she's got blood coming out of her mouth, and yeah, damn, punches right in the face again, and he throws her, and her head bounces off some glass and cracks some glass open. So she's whole face is covered in blood, and she's not doing good. Damn. And he grabs her right by her fucking hair, and she's like, "Oh, my head!" And yeah, we couldn't show it unfortunately, but it was painful to watch. So, yeah.
So we're back with the Ukrainian mob and Rabbit and his number one guy.
Mm.
I guess they're feeling the aftermath of Anna's visit.
She walked right into the lion's den. He's become a threat to her. He's been locked up for 15 years. He's sick with love. I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, it's always astounding. I think we mentioned this before.
Hmm.
It's astounding how much insight people seem to have on other characters in this show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They all seem to know each other in such a way that
Yeah.
they have like all this insight. So you
And
asked me this before when we
yeah,
watched this scene. You said, "Is this just something that military or law enforcement do, cleaning their weapon?" And my response was, "Well, yeah, obviously, if you go fire your weapon, you got to clean your weapon.
yeah.
9 times out of 10, the carbon builds up on it after you discharge the weapon."
Okay.
He hasn't really been doing that. I mean, we didn't see a scene where he was going to the shooting range or anything like that. It's probably
Yeah.
just something that they wanted to have him doing,
Mm.
uh, while he was giving and getting a little bit of exposition because he has a Glock, so he doesn't really need to like totally clean. I mean, it's always good to keep your weapon clean, certainly.
Yeah.
But a nice little scene with him and Deputy Kelly,
Yeah.
and then we
Oh boy.
lead
Yeah,
into
look, show this real
the
quick.
aftermath.
Damn. Jeez.
Yeah, he closed her eye out and he did a number on her
And that's the part is now she's leaving in the morning. She went there at 11 o'clock at night, so she's been there all freaking night.
all night.
Boy. But But yeah, I also asked that question because, from what I've seen from movies and TV and talking to some friends that did military time, everyone has different levels of motivation of meditation and stuff. And I think for some people, and this, you just sometimes you clean your weapon is like a way of just like centering yourself. It's a good way to
Yeah,
focus.
me personally, I never really, I know guys that used to polish their boots, clean their weapons. All
Yeah,
that stuff seemed pretty tedious to me. I mean, if I take my weapon to the range or if I get in a gunfight, I will definitely clean my weapon because you got to get that
yeah,
excess carbon off of it, or else it's no good.
no,
But yeah, that doesn't really appeal to me too much.
yeah,
So we've got Chloe telling the story, and we find out one of the really horrifying facts that he utilized a after he was done with her, he utilized a champagne bottle and
yeah,
inserted it into a place where a champagne bottle is not supposed
yeah.
to going.
And it's cool how you can be careful how you word things, and that's what she cut off because she's crying, and good acting also by the actress, where she just says he took a champagne bottle and trailed off, and we said to a Hood, what does Hood do? He sits down right by her bedside, and
Mhm.
he does not need to do this at all, and it just
No,
hit, and it
I'm at
just
to add.
shows.
I'm at to
Okay,
add.
I'll pause it right here. It's just casino again. And like we've always said before, it comes down to criminals and whether it's TV shows, movies, in real life. I had a I had a drug charge, but I still have a code of conduct. I'm still a father. I'm still a brother. I at the time was a boyfriend, and there are certain codes of conducts that criminals have. And just because the guy did jail time, 15 years, doesn't mean he enjoys beating women. So
Yeah, the guys that do the roughest time in the joint are guys that are in there for sex offenses, especially sex offenses against children. But sex offenses against women is almost just as bad.
yeah, the sad part, which and this is why I've become somewhat jaded with the at least the New York system. I will not get into details, but I would when you're in county jail waiting to be sentenced, you would sit there and read the local newspaper. And when I've seen certain guys get like half my time for harming children or women as I had a possession charge, I'm like, you're telling me I'm getting more prison time for marijuana than this guy had for
I'm
hurt,
back.
hurting 10 kids? Like, really? So, all
Yeah,
right, so where you at?
I am at. Hood is driving the squad car through the partition area, and he's
Okay,
like, "Oh, I found a spot."
okay, is it right here?
Yep, we are
Awesome,
synced up.
perfect.
Perfect.
So we
So Hood is there to take care of business, and we're going to find out in pretty short order that almost everybody knows what went down. The
yeah,
Indian casino owners, and especially Kai Proctor and the manager of Sanchez, know what has transpired.
yeah,
Kai Proctor being the politician that he is, giving it the good, hey, I get it. It's messed up, but we got business. We paid a lot of money for this guy to be here. Can you go ahead and arrest him tomorrow?
yeah, yeah. Of course, the deputy, she's I got your mind, but Hood's just like, let me take care of this. Hold on. And she calls Hood, what do you want, a yes man? She said, meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Like, ooh,
Yeah, that's actually a song lyric
wanted to thank you.
from, I believe, the
Mm,
Rolling Stones. Meet the new
yeah.
boss, same as the old boss.
Hmm. Huh. And of course, and we knew it. The manager, he's like, these things can always be
Yeah,
handled. He's like, and Hood's like, this happened before. Yeah. Of course, manager's basically defending. He said, Dern, you go someplace I can't see you. And
yeah.
Hood is just
Boom. Like I said in the previous time that we did this, all of these people
one
trying to
shot like
slow Hood
this.
down, all they yeah, open hand, good
Yeah.
job. All these people that are trying to slow Hood down and dissuade him, all they did was get him more worked up. He might have been talked down had they not just if they'd have just let him arrest him. But now at this point,
uh,
Hood is out for blood.
yep.
Bad situation.
Yeah, I'm on
I
the
mean, normally
yeah.
this would not even be a contest. This is the number one MMA fighter supposedly in the world in this
Yeah.
universe against, you know, a guy that's in good shape and looks like he can handle himself. And you gonna catch this? You gonna catch this scene?
I try as much as I can. Said
Okay.
he hits him twice in the face. Okay, he's getting
Yeah,
ready.
yeah. Hood gets him with a good two piece right
Yeah.
in the
He,
face
he says he
and
says
gives him
gotta
his
watch me.
gives his line. Yeah, gives his line back to him.
Yeah.
You gotta watch me.
Okay. Give him a second to all right, take his cufflinks off and shit. Get ready. All right, let's go.
Takes his cufflinks off, but leaves the tie on. That was
Yeah,
pretty stupid.
just right here too. I like the way Hood holds his hands.
Yep.
Uh, yeah. Fortunately, yeah.
Up in front of his face. He's looking to, and we find out pretty quickly that although Hood knows how to
Right
handle
here.
himself, he's by no means is he an MMA fighter,
No,
and he doesn't have this guy's speed or strength.
no.
So, how are we going to even this out?
Yeah. Look at this. Mm,
Good takedown.
yeah.
Again, I wish I said it before. I'll say it again. I wish we had Russell to tell us all the technical names for all these
Yeah.
takedowns and arm bars and side hooks and you know, kumite and, all this, the taekwondo and jujitsu expressions that we don't know.
It's a kung pao chicken. Oh, so right now, by all accounts, Sanchez he has the upper hand.
And we realize Sanchez just said a no word if he's been in prison. You don't call somebody a bitch,
Yeah.
especially while you're hitting them.
Yep. Yeah. So now,
So
yep.
we've got Hood is outside the ring.
Yep.
They're on the ground, and he takes advantage and cracks Sanchez over the head with a bottle.
Exactly.
And Sanchez still sort of has the upper hand, but you can kind of see the tide turning a little bit.
Yeah.
Plus, the added we're getting little flashbacks or flashes of Hood fighting that big, strong
Yep.
albino man that
Right
we saw in
there.
his
You
other
see too.
flashbacks.
Bites him. Hey.
Yep. And that,
Yep.
and as I've said before, that's what my dad taught me to do. You're really getting wailed on, bite into their nose or bite into their ear. And that'll slow their asses down.
Yep. So right now, so so right now, Sanchez has Hood in an armbar, and Hood's about to lose because armbar you can't break out of it. So what does Hood do? Best thing he can do. He tries to pick him up, and then he freaking flips him over. Sanchez still got him. I mean, you try to pick the guy up, but you can't. So now fucking bites him again.
And then it gives them a good shot to the crotch.
Exactly.
And now we even see we're starting to like they're intersecting some crowd responses. You're looking at nope, he's really
Yep.
slowed Sanchez down now.
Yep. Yeah.
Um and while
Yep.
he's slowed Sanchez down, he himself is getting amped up.
Yeah.
And the
Mm,
horror on the looks of the crowd is getting bad. And we go
yeah.
boom, the big move.
Uh,
That's Hood caught Sanchez's strong right with an
yep.
elbow, you
Yeah.
know, competently blocking it.
Yeah.
In we see two different things. We see what's happening right now, and we see a flashback scene of Hood having
Oh,
that done
look
to
at that.
himself.
And
Now Hood has ripped the guy's fingers apart,
yeah,
put his
he
put
took
his
him
arm
just like
up
this, and just
up behind his shoulder blades and rips it up, just dislocates his shoulder.
yep.
So now we've just got Hood has completely got him at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Gets on top of him, more flashback scenes,
Yep.
and now he is just
Mm,
really hammering the shit out of him. And you've
mm,
got even Anna is looking at him in horror, like, okay, this is too much. This guy, even the deputy who wanted this guy to get his ass kicked, she's
yeah.
looking at it like, what is this thing? What is this guy is not a sheriff.
Yeah.
He just
Well,
beat this dude into a bloody mess of a pulp.
and the best part is that it's we like about this character Hood took it. He took his fair share of fucking hits too. Let's not pretend for a second this was a one-sided fight.
Yeah, this ain't no Mary Sue contest. Like Hood
Yeah.
got messed up in
Biggest
this.
thing I like is especially in the beginning when he was on the ground and Sanchez kept hitting him like in the face and haymakers. What's Hood doing? Covering up, taking hits, try to
Yeah,
block, and then even he's on the ground, he's covering up his ears like this. So it's just so much defense, and just let Sanchez, wear himself out and try to just gauge your opponent.
I like the aggressiveness with the deputy here.
Yeah.
Meet the new boss.
Oh yeah.
Like a little fu to her. Like
Yeah. Huh. Like you're saying, and the best thing is he got this from prison. Hence the flashback is when Sanchez goes for to hit him with the straight right there. He blocks his elbows and instantly friggin' we see just his wrist just break right there. And
yeah,
and often it's so many times even in like the more advanced like kung fu movies and stuff. Uh, make friends wherever
once
you
again,
go.
once again, we got Sugar as the Alfred to his Batman,
Yeah,
there to kind of pick him up and get him
yeah.
home.
While seeing in so many movies, especially getting older, when you watch like whether it's Jackie Chan or Jet Li or hell even Bruce Lee, a lot of guys do have offense, but most of the fights it's they're countering. It's like they let their opponent attack first. I swear, it's like even John Wick. It's most of Keanu's takedowns they're all defensive. It's like he's always disabling guys, removing their guns, then firing back. But like John, let's he's shooting guys in the head. But most of all of his takedowns and stuff and his fight scenes, and even the fourth one, they're all defensive maneuvers.
And Hood, still the thief, managed to get the watch off of Sanchez and give it to Sugar as his
There
payment for missing out.
you go, buddy.
Like here you go. While I was beating the shit out of him, I managed to steal his watch as
Yeah.
well. Because why not at this point?
Now, there's ways to unpack this. So, I mean, of course, boy Kai's he's not
Kai
too
is
happy.
not a happy camper right now.
Nope. So by all accounts, said Hood, he did not have to do this. Is yes, he technically is the sheriff, but we know it's a front. But it makes you wonder. Episode 3, is Hood taking the sheriff job seriously, or just does he do this because he's got like an honor system and he doesn't like bullies that beat the shit out of women? I mean,
I think it's a bit of both.
yeah,
You know, um, it's definitely a situation where he could have
uh,
done things a lot differently, and
yeah,
to his credit, it probably would have worked out better had he done that.
yeah,
So we're about to have another confrontation as he's trying to recuperate.
yeah,
Um, Post fight. We're about to have another confrontation. I like the fact that these guys are mortal. That they taking severe beatings, and he's just barely functional because he took such a bad beating. He didn't
yeah.
just like shrug it off with a bloody nose.
Look
And
at
so we got Kai Proctor is just he's at his wits end. He's like, what is the deal with this guy?
that.
He doesn't want to be bought, but he doesn't act like a square. He seems to have his own set of rules and does things his own way. Why can't I understand him? Because again, just like so many people in this show, Kai is missing information.
Yeah.
So, and this here we have one of the best scenes of dialogue. Try if you can to get
Oh yeah.
Kai Proctor's uh, Kai Proctor's great quote
Yeah.
after he asks that specific question.
Like you're
Um,
saying, Kai wants to understand this guy with your predecessors. You bought them, mm, but you're not going to buy him. He's like, I know you agree with that. Sometimes laws got to be bent or broken for the greater good. And Hood's like, you know nothing about me. Kai's like, well, there's not a lot that you don't know. My family's been here for 160 years. And it's like, I am this town. I helped build it. And I bled for it. So the whole bad guy, like, you don't understand my master plan.
yeah,
So waiting for it.
should be here in a second.
He's like, the whole like, we're not so, we're not so different to you and I. Good looking at him. Yep. I'm just not afraid of you. Yeah. He's like,
Dress
call
well, you speak well.
yep.
You're still nothing but a petty thug.
Yeah.
Been doing it so long, you actually think it makes sense to show up here, middle of the night, ask me why you can't own me like you own everyone else. That makes
Great,
you delusional,
great dialogue.
which makes you dangerous.
Yep.
Why would I want to get in bed with somebody like that?
Yeah.
And here we go. The best line any villain has ever sputtered.
Afraid of
Sheriff,
me.
do you know why they're afraid of me?
One more second. Tell me, why is that?
Because they should be.
like a fucking boss.
um, that is one of the scenes that they utilized for the advertisement for this show when it first came out back in 2013, 2012, whatever.
Like right now, he says, Sheriff, maybe you should be too. And Hood, all fucked up, tired. He's like, why don't you show me right now?
Yeah.
It's
I mean, it's
even,
it's it's
yeah.
false bravado, isn't it? But still, at the same time, it's still pretty badass.
Well,
You know?
we know we've seen Ty Proctor can he can do some hands himself. So we're not sure at this point how good he is versus Hood. But like the fact that Hood still like if he had to, he'll still go down fighting.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Sanchez is stage manager, and oh look, Mr. Bowtie. So Mr. Duran, he's a little busy. Not gonna waste your time. He wants back the satchel. He's like, what are you talking about? Yeah. So he's like, you were agreed for a fight, and he's like, it's you didn't deliver a fight. He's like, Mr. Sanchez didn't deliver the fight. Mr. Proctor's not upset about Mr. Sanchez's problem, but wants his money back, man. I mean, it's not Proctor's fault that Hood whooped Sanchez's ass. So, but yeah, he's like, he's like, as far as the money, how much it costs of doing business. And yeah,
So I can get the fuck out of well, yeah, because this manager guy, he's just lost his meal ticket, hasn't he?
yep,
So he's just, he's thinking, well,
yeah,
I'll just hold on to this cash.
yeah.
This will be my nest egg until I get settled again.
So
And then the ongoing trope with Kai's number one goon, as soon as he
right
takes his
here.
glasses off,
Uh-oh.
the shit's about to go down. It's like Rick Grimes leaning forward
It's like,
on Walking Dead. Shit's about to go down.
yeah. I mean, oh, and I didn't realize this too after, we did ed episode 1, episode 2. Every single episode has a post-credit scene.
Yes, that's very interesting. I
'Cause,
didn't I don't re like I
yeah,
told you before, like, I don't remember on the original rewatch when
mm,
I was watching these on DVDs, but,
yeah,
that's interesting.
because episode 2, so right now, one of the sheriffs, or one of the deputies, he was sitting there and look, he's gonna put it on YouTube. Oh, no.
Yep.
You jackass. Um,
You just made
'cause
this shit much more complicated.
So I was gonna say, with episode 2, after we, watched it and I was editing stuff, remember how, Kai, fed the guy, the dog his finger and stuff? Well, there's a little post-credit scene where him and the dude with the bow tie, they have a body bag and a power saw, and they're just like Kai's going like this, and so presumably the guy that the dog didn't finish the job.
Yep.
So yeah, and so definitely this episode is a little bit of it's like 1 minute left in the episode, but it's a little quick post-credit scene.
Yep.
So yeah, so now I'm gonna check every episode. So, yeah, so you said, another minute. Your favorite episode of Banshee.
That was my favorite episode of Banshee, and I think that's where I'm gonna stop for today, and we'll pick it up
Yeah,
tomorrow for episode 4.
yeah,
But definitely, it's probably my favorite episode throughout the whole series, just because it was how I was introduced to the show. Was um,
hmm. Oh,
uh,
look, he got the satchel back.
he definitely got the satchel back, and at what cost?
Yep,
Um, so it's one of the
over there.
ones, like I've previously said, I was working at a bar in Kansas City, and the show was fresh on DVD, and everyone was just kind of passing them around, like, "Hey, you want to borrow Banshee?" And so we were all getting kind of caught up with it, and it's pretty interesting. Um, and yeah, luckily for me, within that next year, they came out with the 3rd and the 4th seasons, and I got
Mm,
caught up with all of it,
yeah,
and I basically just got to I got Cinemax, and I finished watching the last season as it aired, and
mm,
the other 3 seasons I saw on DVD.
yeah,
So, pretty awesome. Yeah, and that's a great line from Kai Proctor. That's one of the reasons I love it. I love the fact that, this guy that's half the size of this MMA trained fighter manages to take him down and just end his career.
yep.
It gives you a good idea. By episode 3, you kind of know what the show is all about,
Yeah,
you know?
and we'll always talk about differences in the shows between. I have no qualms that a Hood in a street MMA match would have lost to Sanchez, but this wasn't a official MMA fight, so it's the difference
No.
between like, there's fighting, there's, dirty fighting, street fighting, prison fighting, and there is sanctioned fighting. No doubt Sanchez could get some hits and stuff, but once Hood took him out of the ring and out of his environment, boy, things changed.
Yeah.
So yeah, episode 3, fantastic. I love the new format. I think people are gonna like a lot more us showing actual clips and stuff. And yeah, hopefully the powers that be in YouTube, and like you said, I think we're the only people that are actually watching Banshee. That could either be good or bad. I'm hoping it's good in the sense like, hey, HBO, hey, Cinemax, hey, we're promoting your shit. Please don't take my stuff down. I'm
Yeah.
trying to watch this with my friend I want more people to watch this. That's why I'm doing this for. So please don't remove me for using too much 5-second clips here and there. Um, but yeah. All right. So yeah, episode 3, fantastic. Meet the new boss, and the new boss is here. He's not like the old boss.
That's right. Excellent episode. A lot of character development, a lot of plot,
Yeah.
a lot of good action.
Yeah. So we will cut this at 55 minutes, and yeah, we'll catch up later on this. And we're gonna start doing this a lot more frequent now, and everything's going so far. It's been great. I'm gonna get a new intro going, and yeah,
Yeah, and we managed to keep it under an hour too, so
definitely. All
not
right,
bad.
all right. Well, I'm gonna have to edit and get ready for work. And what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go to bed because it's been a long ass day.